Elegant Rabies live in Studio 2A. Take it away.
Fry under the red-hot sun, where gunslingers have lived and died. Quails lift their feathered dresses and scurry across the road like pioneer women in bonnets. Lizards bake into petroglyphs. Thrashers sing in Sinatra's sonnets. Desert town, in riverbeds bone dry and sandy, where creosote blossoms fill the air like desert cotton candy. With rattlesnakes, survival is the name of the game. 7 javelinas sleeping in a cactus garden, waiting for the monsoon rain. Acacias dance like burning torches, to mission bells and organ pipe. Flapjacks with prickly pear syrup. A billion stars in the Sonoran night. Desert town, riverbeds bone dry and sandy, where creosote blossoms fill the air like desert cotton candy. La 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 la. wearing flowers in your hair again. You've been saved like this before, but you feel alone new and so alive. Walking on clouds again, floating above the street. Walking on clouds again, beautiful and sweet. This is the summer of love. This is the summer of love. Someone has changed you, made you feel all dreamy inside. You're walking on summer stars. You're on a beautiful wild magic carpet ride full of roses, full of fire, full of roses, full of bright white fire. Walking on clouds again, floating above the street. Walking on clouds again, beautiful and sweet. This is the summer of love. This is the summer of And then we wrote, dropping out. Orange sunshine in a turquoise sky. This is the summer of free love, of sugar cubes and swimming high. Be like a flower running wild into a yellow daisy chain. The ocean is purple syrup, raindrops on the window pane. Let's jump out the window and swim in the sky. We can fly. can fly, I'm an orange. Black lights and green lava lamps, dancing candles crash into neon blue. We're riding a wave of instant zen. I see God in me, I see God in you. Let's jump out the window and swim in the sky. We can fly. We are gods. I'm an orange. Ride the magic bus, electric Kool-Aid land, all along the watchtower, electric Ladyland. Don't you want somebody to love? Electric Kool-Aid land. I am the walrus, and the dormouse sang.
This is KXCI Tucson. My name is Sophie Gibson-Rush. I am here sitting live in Studio 2A with the Elegant Rabies. Hi, guys.
Hi, Sophie.
Hey.
Hello.
How's it going?
Pretty good.
Everyone happy?
Yeah.
Okay, great. So let's do what we always do with an added element. Let's go around the room, say who you are, what you play, and one food that helps you survive the summer in Tucson.
I'm Kevin. I play bass and micheladas.
I'm Michael, and I'm the singer, and I eat potato chips year round.
I'm Watermelon, and I like to eat guitar in the summer, and I play the Ryan.
How do you follow that?
I'm Justin. I play drums, and EGs is probably what I thrive off of.
Yeah.
I get EGs like at least twice a week, probably in the summer. It's kind of bad, yeah.
Good on you. It felt appropriate today, being one of the hottest days we've experienced so far this season. And there's something really hot, summery, steamy about your music.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That's a great compliment.
It definitely has that. You know, when you're walking down the street and you realize that you could either continue just as you are, or you could be okay with going insane in Tucson because it's so hot and bright and crazy. I feel like this music lives right on the edge there.
All right. Well, I think that might be what we were going for without really knowing it.
Oh, good. We promised an origin story. How did you all meet?
Well, first of all, just to address the elephant in the room, I'm 65 years old, and I used to sing in bands in the 70s and 80s, and then I sort of semi-retired. And then in my 60s, I decided, could I do it again? So I knew Ryan. He had worked with my husband in a Motown band, and the two of us started writing songs, and then Kevin came into the picture, and then Justin, and here we are.
And then your first gig
Was in Lobo, Texas, which is literally a ghost town.
Yeah.
And people came from all over and set up camp, and
Populated, said ghost town.
most of the year there's no one there.
It was the annual seance. So.
Yeah.
Really?
No.
No, but they showed short films and on the wall of an old gas station, and then we were supposed to play in a swimming pool, but it started a drained swimming pool, obviously, deserted, and it started raining, so we ended up under the awning of the gas station.
Yeah, it was really nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What an appropriate start. It wouldn't be usual, right? How did you feel at that first experience performing as the Elegant Rabies? Nervous?
Nervous.
Yeah.
I did. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did it gel? Did it come together, or was there more work to be done?
If you can believe people who came up to us afterwards, yes, it gelled. It felt good. It felt good on stage, but we're the kind we don't get to rehearse very often, so I'm always going into a gig or a show thinking like, we're going to be able to pull this off. But there's something about us that we're able to just pull it together when we have to.
Yeah.
So.
Elegant Rabies.
Yes. Yes.
Let's go back a little further. You said that the two of you do most of the songwriting.
Most of it, yeah. We've written some stuff as the band, too.
Yeah, like now at this
The
point
song
we
we just played.
Yeah, like now we write stuff as a band, but the project kind of started was like me and Michael. We wanted to start writing songs and get a band together, and so we recruited Justin and Kevin. And Kevin, we knew because he plays in the Rifle and stuff, and they're good friends of ours. So.
And those very first songs that you wrote, just the two of you, did they have the same soul that these do, or did they evolve over time into what we're hearing tonight?
They evolve, like once we start playing it as a band, it kind of starts to gel, like we were saying. Like it just, everyone writes their own parts, and so it becomes a little more than what you expect it to be, which is cool.
Yeah. Is there someone who has the initial earworm, like the melody, or does it start with a rhythm line, or?
I think a lot of it comes from Michael usually having like a melody and a vocal part. Like you write all the lyrics and then pretty much oftentimes do that, or we'll jam something like that, and then Michael might
We're a
add
little
something
bit
on.
backward in the way that we approach songs, because often the band comes up with music and then whoever's doing the lyrics puts lyrics to the music. But I can't really do that, so I start off writing the lyrics, and then it's up to them to help put it to music. So.
And what do you hear first? Do you hear the poetry or the melody, or do they come at the same time?
It starts off with just the written word, just whatever I'm feeling, and but I tend to write in sections like I'm writing a song, like verse, chorus,
Yeah.
So it's kind of in my head, but really these guys really are responsible for the music. I don't play an instrument, other than my voice. So. And
lyrics are their own instrument. Like the poetry there is.
I would like to think so.
Just as creative and artistic. Do you write multiple drafts? I just got back from a trip to New York where I got to see David Bowie's written lyrics, and all of the drafts, of which there were like hundreds, were on the same page.
Really?
So it was almost impenetrable. Wow. You could barely see what the idea was. It was just so many crossings out. So I'm just wondering, as a lyricist, what's your process writing?
I write things over and over and over again. No, I have to start off with a clean sheet of paper. But really, almost up until we were actually in the studio recording, I was still rewriting lyrics. So,
And the lyrics have, from what I could hear, they have darkness, where the music itself has this very strong 1960s effortless. Lovely, we talk about daisy chains, and then it gets very dark. Was that intentional to kind of put the two together?
Okay. I wrote most of the lyrics right after I lost my husband. So he was a great guy. We were together for 43 years, and I lost him to cancer a few years ago. And so in my grief is when I was writing most of these lyrics. So I was kind of questioning what life is all about, and also revisiting happier times, you know. So it's all kind of interwoven, but I didn't plan it that way. But just looking back over the lyrics, I was like writing, you know, about what I was going through.
Yeah.
So I was very lost for a while there. You know, it's not easy losing someone that's your soulmate, you know, for so long. So.
Yeah, well, I mean, congratulations on putting all of it into an album that is now out.
Thank you.
Yeah. All right. Well, that seems like the perfect moment to hear more of said music. You guys want to do another 3 songs for us?
We sure would.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, this is a little David Bowie here. And Iggy, of course. We're nightclubbing, we're what's happening. Nightclubbing, we're nightclubbing, we're an ice machine. We see people, brand new people, there's something to see when we're nightclubbing. Nightclubbing, oh, isn't it wild? We're nightclubbing, we're walking through town. Nightclubbing, we're nightclubbing, we walk like a ghost. We learn dances, brand new dances, like the nuclear bomb. When we're nightclubbing, bright white clubbing, oh, isn't it wild? Standing on the mean streets, and in his mind's eye there was no real reason to live. Not without love. Always dressed in black, the saddest color of all. Walking in a series of circles, circles that grew small. Always looking but knowing there was no one, no friends, no strangers, there was no chance. There was no one who could see him. No one who could love him. The boy who was never loved. Riding in the subway, the boy who was never loved. Running on empty, and in his darkness there was no escape from the obvious. Not without love. Always searching for the impossible within an unkind world. Looking for a sense of belonging but unable to make a connection. Always looking into the abyss and finding nothing. No words, no comfort, there was no hope. There was no one who could understand him. No one who could love him. The boy who was never loved. Never. 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 Never.
happy ever after. And life was a sweet mystery. But now that once upon a time, now that once upon a time is history. Everything comes to an end, don't you know? Once upon a time is already gone, and there's nothing you can do but let it go. Once upon a time is already gone. Wave goodbye.
This is KXCI Tucson. My name is Sophie Gibson-Rush. I'm here hosting Locals Only live in Studio 2A with the Elegant Rabies. Thanks for being here, guys.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, always my pleasure. Always so amazing to be in this room with a real life rock and roll band and
Cool.
to feel that power. It's awesome. Where did the name come from?
Where do any of the names come from, really?
I think being elegant, which I think was kind of taken from it. We have a little bit of glam rock influence, and then Rabies, just rock and roll. I don't know,
Something edgy.
something edgy, yeah. But classy,
Yeah.
Absolutely.
classy rock and roll. I
Yeah,
don't
you're
know.
playing the paradox. I love it. Before we talk about the future, I want to talk a little bit about the past. You
Okay.
mentioned that you were in bands in the 70s and 80s.
Mm-hmm.
What was that like? What were you singing? And where were you?
I started off as a background singer for a punk rock band called the Tracers in the 70s, and then I hate to sound cocky, but so I was in the background doing all the singing, backup singing, and I started getting all the attention. So my partner and I left that band and started our own band called Hey Taxi, which is most known now for the fact that the drummer was George Hurley from a band called the Minutemen. Some people have heard of them.
That is no small thing.
And then from there, we were in a band called Red Wedding, which was a really big band in LA for about 15 minutes. But people 30 years plus, people still contact me. I still see our albums on eBay, so it still lives on.
Yeah. I just saw your Facebook post about those albums. How surreal to have your old work show up for sale.
Test pressings. And, it's just
so
like, really? I don't even
later.
have any of that stuff.
I'll take it.
So,
Yeah, that's really spectacular. And from your Facebook, you said that you are going to retire at the end of this year.
in November sometime,
In November, retiring from
Yeah.
music. Is
Yeah.
that's bittersweet to us at KXCI?
Well-
How does that feel to you?
I wanted to see if I could do this again, and I was fortunate to hook up with these guys, and it's been a fun ride, but I am 65. I'm getting up there, and I just kind of want to pursue other creative outlets. I want to focus more on writing and things like that.
Yeah.
And I should mention, he's also in the Rifle,
Right.
and these two are in Cool Funeral, so I just wanted to point that out.
Yeah, we have
Multiple bands thing going here.
that's the Tucson way.
Yeah.
Everyone is bringing their fairy dust to every other band. It's wonderful.
And Nalene played keyboards and did background vocals on our album. So
Oh yeah, let's
Yeah.
talk about that. So you guys recorded at Midtown Island,
yeah,
right?
with Matt.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a great guy. We love Matt.
I'm just waiting for one band to get in here and say we recorded at Midtown Island. He was horrible.
Never
So
going back.
mean.
That's never going to happen.
No,
Yeah.
I figured.
He is such a good guy.
Yeah. And what did Matt bring to the album? Did he add anything? I know that he likes to add harmonies. We've had bands in here.
Oh yeah,
And
we
he-
took advantage of that for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we had him play guest guitar on one of our tracks, and I mean, we had to take advantage of his talent. And I don't know, he just kind of brings, I don't want to say old school, but he's got this, the way he records, it is kind of like old school. It's very comfortable,
totally.
and I don't know, how would you guys describe it?
And it's definitely a very comfortable setting. You know, it's just like he's got like a studio built at his house, sort of, and yeah, it's just a really nice atmosphere. So
Yeah. And he feels really comfortable taking on some producer elements. Like, oh, this line would go good
yeah,
here.
yeah. That's what's cool is like anytime you're stuck or anything, like you ask him and he'll have an idea, like to help keep things moving forward. You know.
We went in there wanting Matt to contribute and to any ideas he had, and he did, you know, and so it's a collective thing, you know. It's the musicians and the producer, and you're all working together. And
Yeah. Do you ever miss playing in punk bands?
No, I was pretty crazy in those days. I was pretty wild. I really was.
I saw photos.
I was the type that would jump up on tables and dance and, you know, pull down curtains and pour beers all over myself. And it was just, it was another time, you know. That was when I was in my 20s. So
Well, I figured there was a reason why you all picked this kind of dreamy, and yet still there are strong elements of punk. Like there's something, you have something to say very clearly, and your drumming has a lot of punk feel to it. Which,
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm actually in a punk band. That's why too.
Heck
Maybe.
yeah. What's
Maybe
your
that's
punk
why.
band called?
Hermana. Album out this Friday.
that's right.
Yep.
And, you know, we're kind of influenced by late 60s rock and roll and some 70s glam, but I was around in those days, so I actually remember all that. These guys weren't, so they bring a new perspective to it. You know, they know about that kind of music and they understand it, but they still grew up when they grew up, and so it's a perfect combination.
Yeah.
Yeah, being around Michael is awesome. Just like being around someone who was like in the music scene back then, and you know had success and
He's like a
that.
walking museum.
and it scares me sometimes when I hear what year they were born. I was like, oh my God.
You just have to ignore that.
It's like when people start talking about 90s nostalgia. And I'm like, what?
Yeah, the 90s are back. Did they go away? How long ago was that? How have your gigs been going? You've had some shows at Cannes. You have one coming up on the 30th. How has it been playing out in Tucson?
We have been blessed.
Great.
We've had really good shows.
Yeah, I noticed. You've had great films.
We've had great audiences, and yeah. I don't know what to. I don't know what to say other than we've enjoyed performing, and the people out there seem to be enjoying it too.
Yeah. What can
So-
people expect coming to an Elegant Rabies show?
I don't know, Kevin. What do people expect?
Trench coat.
Uh-huh.
A trench.
And
Oh, yeah.
And a fedora.
sweet dance moves from Michael. Ely.
I know I'm trying to kind of bop on this carpet here, but and I'm so aware that there's a camera here.
There's definitely a camera. Please play it up.
I'll try.
And actually, I should say, if you're listening and you want to see this last set, tune in Cox Channel 20 for Creative Tucson. You can also catch this on Creative Tucson's YouTube channel and KXCI's website if you're missing it tonight. All right. So the 30th with the Shivas and
Yeah.
Dirt Friends.
Yeah.
It's going to be a great show. That's at Cannes Deli. Any last thing we need to cover? Any housekeeping?
I think we.
The new album is The Elegant Rabies,
Yeah,
right?
self-titled.
Check us out on Bandcamp.
Yeah.
elegantrabies.bandcamp.com. There's no in the URL.
Good to know. I've been dropping it here a couple of times. I feel bad.
It's not. It's optional. So.
Optional though.
Yeah.
All right. More music. I'm so excited. This is your last 3 songs. Everyone stay tuned for the Elegant Rabies live in Studio 2A.
There might be other Elegant Rabies, so we could just be some Elegant Rabies.
So this is a
collection of Elegant Rabies.
this is a piece we never do live. So
this is pretty much
I'm
the
using
first
a
time we've
cheat
played
sheet.
this song as a band ever.
There are 12 gates to enter, each gate made of a single pearl, and the palm trees are strung with magnificent crystals, and the streets are paved with white gold. Every day is Sunday, with honeysuckle piped in air, nested in a soft white world, white shag carpet everywhere. All together with the ones we love, dancing on glass heels, in a temple made of clouds and rain. That's how heaven feels. Ashes to ashes, dust to dust. One day we will rise again. Each of us will return to the light, to where lions sleep with lambs, where beauty and long-lost love unite. Every day is nirvana, with sweet guitars and wistful strings, a crown of flowers from a sunny field, satin robes and feathered wings, all together with the ones we love, dancing on glass heels, in a temple made of clouds and rain. That's how heaven feels. That's how heaven feels. That's how heaven feels. That's how heaven feels. And that's how heaven feels. So this next song is called Another World. And I hate to keep going back to it, but after I lost my partner, I was, very grief-stricken, and I don't believe in an afterlife, and so it really bothered me, the idea that he just no longer existed, this wonderful person. And I started having really horrible survivor's guilt and started romanticizing suicide in my head. Like people would say, like, oh, Michael killed himself to go be with his partner. And fortunately, I didn't succumb to that. But that's what these lyrics are about, just kind of romanticizing going off somewhere.
a purple haze. Love and needles and shooting stars, dreams come true in killing jars. The long, long sleep. Another time, another world, another place, another world. Another world of swimming pools, reflecting lovers like drifting jewels under a glass moon. Shadow people and swimming swans, dreams come true in nursery songs. The deep, deep sleep. Another time, another world, another place, another world. So close, so far away. 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 That was close and far away. It's so close. Somewhere between the morning songbirds and your wicked dreams, where tomorrow is yesterday and nothing is quite what it seems, where dead flowers bloom under a bright sunny moon, in an upside down world, curious and fanciful and queer. This is Wonderland. Drifting somewhere between the clouds and what can never be. But what is not, and what is not becomes reality. Gods and dragons take flight, lost between shadows and light, in an inside-out world, on the other side of the mirror. This is Wonderland. We're all mad here. Dancing when I was 8. Is it strange to dance so late? Is it wrong to understand the fear that dwells within a man? What's it like to be alone? Yes, everything and everyone is mad here. Oh yes, everything and everyone is mad here.